Tony Chiu, my cabinet colleagues, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very glad to be here this morning and to see such an excellent turnout at this National Security Dialogue, organized, as you know, by the Singapore Business Federation, supported by the National Security Coordination Secretariat and the Singapore Police Force. As some of you may already know, I have been holding these dialogue sessions with the business community for some years because, for one simple reason, and an important reason, which is that you and your organizations play a crucial role in our national security efforts. Previous participants have found these dialogues useful in exchanging insights, raising overall awareness, and our ability to deal with security-related issues. This year, speakers from both the government and the private sector will update you on security issues to discuss best practices in contingency planning and crisis management. Today, we will have an SPF presentation to showcase Singapore's private and public sector agencies' preparedness to deal with coordinated terrorist attacks. There will also be a sharing on the November 2008 Mumbai attacks. Sadly, we are not short of horrific terrorist attacks to serve as reminders that the threat of terrorism is indeed real. Transnational terrorist groups have shown persistence and adaptability in their efforts to cause harm, not just in terms of human casualties, but also to disrupt a society's way of life. The multiple attacks across India's financial capital, Mumbai, last year vividly showed us how terrorists have focused their attention on soft civilian targets that include hotels, restaurants, and public areas. Commercial infrastructure and iconic buildings cannot be ruled out as potential targets for those wanting to create chaos and to capture media attention to magnify their cause or efforts. Recent terrorist attacks in Pakistan have shown that even venues like mosques and national sports events like cricket will not be spared. In our region, security authorities have achieved significant success in arresting terror suspects and disrupting terrorist plots. Nevertheless, despite all the best efforts of everyone, the threat persists and is real, as we were all recently reminded by the bombings of Ritz-Carlton and JW Marriott hotels in Jakarta some 3 weeks ago. Indeed, preliminary reports that the terrorists could have assembled the bombs in the hotel rooms shows that we are dealing with terrorists who constantly change and evolve their methods. So we have no choice but to remain vigilant so long as terrorism remains a real and persistent threat. Last month, we conducted a multi-agency exercise North Star 7, to prepare for Mumbai-like attacks in Singapore. The exercise simulated coordinated terrorist attacks on multiple sites in Singapore by several teams of terrorists coming in from the sea. That exercise tested the operational readiness of Singapore's counter-terrorism units as well as emergency forces management of mass casualties at multiple sites. Significantly, North Star 7 also tested hotels, retail malls, public transport companies, and media emergency responses. More than 2,000 participants from 15 agencies from the public and private sectors took part in that exercise. Together, they mounted a response to various scenarios ranging from violent rampages to consequence management at a train station, shopping malls, and hotels. Now, these exercises enable the agencies to review and update their existing security and contingency preparedness. North Star 7 also provided an opportunity for private stakeholders to enhance the crisis management capabilities. One of the key outcomes was to demonstrate that the responding agencies are ready. This was an effort that showed our collective determination to prevail over the threat of transnational terrorism. The close coordination which was displayed by all agencies was a particular highlight and, in my view, bolstered confidence in their ability to cope with such a situation if it ever were to happen here.